cut off.
Okay.
Yes.
Ron commented to be able to see it, and by Myron talking about being the tall man who could reach up and touch the ceiling of the tent. But you know, it just reminds me of an old saying, you know, even the smallest dog can lift his leg on the tallest building. That's our power. It is the small people combining together to lift our legs and to make a difference, to change this country, not with one election, not with one action, but with a combined event over the eons. That's what has made America great. The ordinary people rebelling, daring to stand up, and it began before America was America. Shays' Rebellion, you know, after the founding of the country. The John Adams and them in Massachusetts were using the courts to steal the farms of the people who went and fought the war. John Adams and them didn't go to fight the war. They sent other people to fight the war. And those people came back and rebelled. They got crushed. Shays' Rebellion, Daniel Shays got crushed. But it kept coming. It kept building. And over the decades, we've built a country that's based on democratic values of economic fairness, social justice, equal opportunity for all people. That's what we represent. And the more we stand for that, the stronger we're going to get. So it just makes me happier than a flea at a dog show to be standing up here looking out at all of you free thinkers and democratic Democrats, you corporate greed whackers and right-wing butt kickers, you bodacious butt openers. As we rally here in La Crosse to make this final push for the election of an actual, authentic, progressive to represent the working-day people of this country. A guy named Ken Hubbard, more than 100 years ago, turn of the last century, was a humorist, very popular humorist, sort of a precursor of Will Rogers, and he said, every now and then an innocent man gets sent to the Congress. And I think that's what we have working here. Is not innocent in the way of the world, but innocent of the business as usual money game in Washington. Innocent of Congress's constant capitulation to the elites on Wall Street and in the corporate suites. That's what Myron represents. So, let me just thank Myron and his family, and also all of you, most importantly, all of you who make up the feisty Myronista Brigade for the scrappy, savvy, stunning people's campaign you have run against that money establishment. By going directly at the grassroots, by representing the common good rather than common greed of the super rich, by walking steadfastly in the footsteps of FDR, Eleanor Roosevelt, and fighting Bob La Follette, you're not just building a winning campaign, but you are reviving the historic progressive soul and purpose of the Democratic Party. That's what it's about. And you outsiders are driving the corporate insiders crazy. That's a pretty short ride for a lot of them. I come to you tonight not just from Austin, Texas, but from South Austin.
Yeah.
We're a little more irreverent over on the south side of the river down there. That's where Molly Ivins and John Henry Falk and myself and others. And our slogan on the south side is, we're all here because we're not all there. And I think that's why we're all here tonight and in this campaign, because the powers that be are not at all there in terms of grasping America's proud progressive values of fairness, justice, opportunity for all. Far from that. Plutocratic, autocratic, kleptocratic, corporate elites are knocking down the middle class and holding down the poor. You know, the economists have a technical term for what they're doing to us. It's called stealing. Faster than a hog eats supper, they're stealing. Remember that song Woody Guthrie had, Pretty Boy Floyd the Outlaw? Talked about outlaws, said, as through this world I travel, I see lots of funny men. Some will rob you with a 6-gun and some with a fountain pen. It's the fountain pens who are doing the serious stealing in our society today. I'm talking about the downsizers, privatizers, the Walmart wage whackers, and the Monsanto Franken food hucksters, the bosses, the bankers, the big shots, the bastards, the bullshitters who think they're the top dogs and we're just a bunch of fire hydrants, you know, countryside. What they don't want us to think about is that inequality does not just happen. Inequality is caused by the actions and inaction of corporate and political decision makers who use their positions to move money and power from the many, you and me, to the top, to the few, them. Yeah. That is the real politics of America. It has been from the very start of this country. As we say in Texas, it's politics with hair on it. It's the real politics about power. From 1776 to August 6, 2016, the great progressive struggle has always been about addressing this political reality. Too few people control too much of the money and power in our country, and they're using that money and power to take more for themselves at our expense. That's the great fight that we've always been in. And to enthrone themselves over us, the modern day robber barons on Wall Street and up in those corporate suites have deployed their full arsenal of political weaponry, their lobbyists, their front groups, their PR firms, their union busters, their Fox News, Coke-funded think tanks, the academic hucksters, the propagandists, the free trade scams, their Congress critters and governors, their Supreme Court justices, and money, oodles and boodles of corporate cash. To put all of that against us. You know, they say that in sex, I don't know much about this, but Myron was informing me. Said, in sex, using a feather can be erotic, but using the whole chicken, that's just nasty. They're using the whole chicken. So the crucial question for political candidates, whether you're running for school board or U.S. Senate or President of the United States, is always the most basic one. Whose side are you on? That's the question we have to ask every time. Whose side are you on? And as we have learned the hard way, from the disastrous invasion of Iraq to the ongoing coddling of Wall Street banksters, it's not enough to answer that question by saying, well, I'm a Democrat, so trust me, I'm with you. And I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. There's always a motley gaggle, pusillanimous politico. My new favorite word, pusillanimous. It's a clean word, you can look it up. Pusillanimous politicos who run as Democrats, but they're weaker than Canadian hot sauce when it comes to standing up for the people.